Hey guys, and welcome to another Spring Season Professionals tournament. This time we are streaming the grand finals of the Asia server. We first start off with the finals for the lower brackets, and the winner of that will go against TNM in the grand finals. So this is going to be pretty much an epic matchup. Has to be top 3 of the Asia server this year, or at least this season. And it's going to be wicked, can't wait. So I'm going to take away the preview so that you see what I'm seeing in the game right now. And as you can see, we have TBT versus XR first for you. And then the winner of that takes on TNM in the grand finals after. So these are going to be pretty amazing matches. We have a best of 7 for the finals lower bracket. And then we have a best of 9 for the grand finals. So it's going to be a long sit. So get your drinks ready, get your snacks ready. And then we're good to go in, 4 minutes or thereabouts. We will get the room invite. And then this whole epic match will start. So I'm gonna take you away back to the whole garage thing. So that we can look at the maps and that I won't lose the whole... I won't miss the invite basically. So with TBT versus XR we are going to start on... Vineyards. Vineyards looks like this. You have base A and base B closest to their respective spawns, and base C in the city. Personally, I always feel like it's very good to get the base close to you. We have seen that some teams don't always do that, and we have also seen some cheeky moves over time where people manage to decap those bases, even though they're pretty well protected. There are a few positions where you can get shots into the spawn base of your enemy, basically. So that's going to be cool to see what they do here tonight. Well, at least tonight for you. It's mid-afternoon for me. And base C is a bit further back into the city than it shows right now, but it is a tricky base to cap because there's a lot of buildings and there's still a lot of lines of fire, and side-scraping monsters perform really well around it. But it does make it a hard base to cap and to keep. Because even if you get it and you move away from it and the whole battle starts taking place around A or B, it is very easy for your enemy to send one quick tank to just quickly cap it to get that point advantage. Because that's basically what it's all about with Supremacy. So after Vineyards, we are moving on to Alpenstadt. Alpenstadt has base C in the lower right corner, which is basically a heavy base, base B in the middle of the town, and base A, which is the map base, in a sort of hilly area on the other side of the river. It is not an easy map to decide tactics on. It is relatively easy to get shots into bases from different positions, and for me, it very much depends on what tank I'm driving when I decide where to go. Because if I'm in a heavy tank or if I see the enemy has a lot of mat tanks, I much prefer to go towards base C and just leave A as is. Because you could potentially get a cheeky B cap if they are not careful at A side. And C is a bit out of the way. So if you get that early, it will be an easier point advantage than if you are capping the base where the whole enemy team will be. So it will be interesting to see what they do on this map, and we are now officially live on YouTube in like 30 seconds for you guys. Just to note, there is a 5-minute delay on the stream, and that is everything to do with that we don't want anyone to see the lineup of the other teams. So basically, that is something, just a precaution, so that people can't stream snipe and all of that. So, let me just get my lineup back. After Alpenstadt, we are going to Main Ruins, which looks like this. Main Ruins is one of those maps where, for me again, it very much depends on what tank I'm driving. If I'm driving something fast, I want to go to base C, and if I'm driving something slow, I want to go to base A. Base B is a very tricky base to cap because it's in the middle and there's so many lines of fire into it. But that does make it a very cheeky cap, and we've seen quite a few times now that people manage to cap it and just hold it. But it does mean that you generally get a tank stuck in a certain position. So that way it's not always something that people would want to do. All the same, most of the action that we've seen so far in tournaments takes place between A and B somewhere. And I'm curious to see if that's what we will see tonight as well. And after main runes, if you get a tiebreaker, we get to go to... There's the room invite. Let me just quickly accept that. And ready up so that we don't miss it. Like I said, after main runes, and if we get a tiebreaker, we go to Dynasty Sprawl. Dynasty Sprawl looks like this. It's one of the smallest maps that we have in the game. You have base A, which is in the middle of a square in the city. You have base B, that is protected between two buildings, but there's lines of fire possible from a lot of directions. And you have base C in the middle of a park, which is also fairly open. So, with this being one of the smallest maps, whereas mats are vital to get quick gaps, it also puts them at a bit of a disadvantage, because it is harder to basically run away to get those long distance spots and all of that. But if you get a mat behind the team, that can make all the difference. So those are basically the maps that we will be seeing this matchup, depending on how many games we have. It is a best of 7, so the one that reaches 4 victories first will get the point. So I'm taking the map away so that it won't be on the screen for you. And we are basically ready to go. The teams are steadily pouring in. We have 3.5 minutes left to go before we actually see the matches. And now we just wait for the teams to ready up so that I can call the lineup and all of that. I quite like the map Vineyards. I liked it better when the lighting was different though, because that made it somewhat of a unique map. And the whole ambience was just different, and I really liked that. Both teams have a full team ready. Of course, from now on, every team, regardless of the position they end in, wins an amount of cash. And of course, in-game goods and all of that. But everyone, of course, wants to get that first position with all the honors that come from it. We see XR now pretty much readied up. TBT is still changing some tanks around, but we still have 2 minutes and 40 seconds, which is plenty of time. So we can just be patient. I've already gone over the map, so not really much used to calling them all up again. I might do in between battles, depending on how much I have to talk about. But for now, we are good, and we are just waiting. And I just keep making sure that I have no map on the screen, because that would be quite awful. And for those that are tuning in, by the way, hello, and thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it and all of that. There will be no coins because Wargaming disabled that whole thing because there were some technical issues in the EU and the RU server. So unfortunately, I can't give you those. But with 2 minutes left to go, we have XR now completely ready with an Object 140, 2 IS-7s, 2 IS-4s, a 113 and an E4. And I might add that with XR, it was one of the teams that started off way low on the Asia server, and they basically fought their way up in the second round of the round robins. And that was pretty epic to witness, because TBT was one of the clans that was consistently getting all the points until the later part of the round robin part 2. And XR is actually one of the clans that beat them. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. We will see if they can take revenge for that, basically. And there's so much riding on this because of the whole money thing, because this is the final stage. If you lose here, you get knocked out. And we have TBT now ready with a Batchat, a 268, 2 IS-7s, a 113, an IS-4 and a Mouse. Mouse is something that we have seen on this map before. It can work out really well. The only thing is that the reaction speed of the thing is so long that you basically have to be patient getting anywhere. And that is something that can be tricky on Vineyards. But we will see. There's not all that much speed in XR's team. So they might very well get away with it. I like that both teams have one fast tank. I do miss the whole... I miss some balance in the teams on Asia. We see in NA and EU that there's a lot more balance between fast tanks, heavy tanks and big guns. And Asia still uses a lot of heavy meta. And it works, but it makes your team literally in all ways less mobile. So that makes it a bit tricky. And here we go. Let's see what goes on with this finals. And we go up, up and away. We have the IS-7s heading towards base B by the looks of it. I think the Batchat might be going in a little bit more forward position to spot anyone that is going to base A. We have the 140 that is going there. And the IS-7s are ignoring base A as well. They have been spotted though. Batchat moving in. Very cheeky. Nice little shot there, but he does pay for it with a lot of HP straight off. And it didn't really get them any advantage. We have the IS-4 and the IS-7 there. The Batchat trying to run away. I wonder if he's going to get away with it. We see some shots going into Kauhe there. But even though the aggressive move was a good thing, the execution didn't really work as planned. 113 losing quite a bit of HP there. Batchat, no, the 113 in trouble. Batchat right behind. Kauhe is losing tons of HP. The 113 now in trouble. Batchat being targeted. IS-7 now taking shot. Bot Kentat peeking out very far in order to do that. 268 now moving back. The mouse having moved in. And we see the IS-7 being focused. The 268 now moving in to finish him off. And XR loses their first tank. Mouse having a nice bounce there. IS-4 now being the main target. But there goes Kawa, and now both teams have lost a tank. HP wise, there's not all that much difference. It goes down steadily on both sides. But now the mouse has just killed Masayasu. The 268 now in trouble. And I wonder if he's going to be able to turn in time to actually get a shot in. But the Object 140 is playing this very smart. Even though that bounce... This was... Ooh, that is one lucky 140. Mouse now moving in. IS-4 we see in the back is getting absolutely smashed. It is 6 versus 2 now. And the Object just got deleted. But he was doing that very well with the Object 268. If not for the mouse there. And now we only have Flash left. And there's not much chance for him. Epic Kolobenov situation, I would say, but I don't think we're gonna get there. And by a nice double tap there, he gets deleted. And the first match is for TBT. And to be fair, with the way that went with the Batchat, I didn't think TBT would be able to pull this off. So, kudos to them. So we have 1 minute and a half left to go before we go to the second match on the Vineyards. We have TBT almost completely ready with pretty much the same lineup as before. A bit more 113 there. And we have XR exchanging an IS-7 for an IS-4. And potentially bringing in an extra 140. 2 extra 140s even. But we see 140, 3 IS-4s. 2 140s, sorry. 3 IS-4s, an IS-7 and a Foch versus a Batchat, a 268, an IS-7, a Mouse, 2 113s and an IS-4. We have 40 seconds left to go before we go actually into the game. There's no real pressure just yet because this is a best of 7, so the first one to reach 4 victories is the one that goes through to the grand finals. 27 seconds left to go. We are all ready, we just want to go. And I always wonder what is going on in the voice channels of these teams at this stage. What are they talking about? Are they joking? Are they talking tactics? Are they trying to stay like absolutely focused? But overall, despite the pressure, I hope they have fun with it most of all. And here we go. There's my poor burnt corpse. And we go up, up and away. We have the Batchat going not to base A but more into the ruins. The rest of TBT following on that side of the map. We have XR pretty much making a similar move towards similar positions, but a little bit more to the middle. The Batchat taking a very cheeky position again, wanting to decap base B. He doesn't do it though, and he's driven against a rock and he just got obliterated. And that was the end of the Batchat. And that definitely puts XR at a disadvantage. Because they're now one gun short, they're also at a point disadvantage. We see some crossover here, but they managed to get through without getting any damage. Overall, our mine just managed to cap the base. He is being focused by an IS-7 though. We see a little bit of fireworks happening in the back there. They are looking for that Foch and they just found him. But overall, not much HP has been lost, save for that lone Batchat. And we now have XR moving in for the 3 with 5 of their own. And this is definitely looking very tricky for TBT, because there's not much they can do about this. Foch just almost deleted. There he goes, Kenta. We have the 113 trying to run away, leaving Hasui Master to his own devices, and there he goes. And TBT is just bleeding way too much HP for this. Roy almost dead. And there he goes, and it is 7 versus 3. 7 versus 3 are very healthy things, but it's 4 guns less. And there goes the 113. And now we have the mouse left. And we have Kawe left. Kawe fighting it off at base B, but the mouse is being targeted, so we are focusing on that. The Object 140 helping the other IS-4 now with Kawe. There goes the mouse. And now it's only Kawe. And it looks like we might very well get a 7-0 here. Foch just having reloaded. And he gets deleted. And it's a 7-0 for XR. So now it is 1-1 and we are moving to Alpenstadt. We have 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go. The lineups will change now. And we just have to be a little bit patient before we see a lineup that I can call. TBT now almost ready though. With again a lot of heavy tanks. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go. And TBT is now ready with 3 IS-7s, 1 IS-4, a Batchat, a mouse and a 140. So that is a lot of troll armor with a little bit of mobility. Whereas we see XR is still trying to decide what to drive. They have 50 seconds left to do so, so that is still plenty of time though. And they are now ready with an Object 140, 2 IS-4s, and 215B, an IS-7, a mouse and an E4. So again, a little bit of mobility with quite a bit of troll armor and a little bit of firepower added. 30 seconds left to go. And then we see the third match of this matchup. Again, no real pressure yet. Plus, only when we get to the one team scoring 3, then the pressure is on. Because the other one will have to win at least until they get to 4 points straight off then. 10 seconds, we are entering the countdown clock. We are ready to go and see what happens here. And here we go. Let's go up and away. We have the 140 going more towards the middle, probably to overlook base A to see who is there. The IS-7's following suit, the Batchat going towards base C, and he's not going to be happy when he arrives there, most likely, if you see those IS-4s and the IS-7 heading into the same direction. Batchat spotting the IS-7 and just thinking, nope, turning around and going the other way. Sorry. We have Kawe going up the ramp near base B. The IS-7 is moving into base A. The mouse now having been spotted near base B. Shots being fired. But no one really taking damage yet. But base A is being kept. And they now have a base, and that means that TBT has a slight advantage. The mouse now taking a little bit of damage from Charlotte there. Repositioning himself to angle in more directions. IS-7's putting him back. Base C now being kept by I'm Your Mammy. And a bit of a stalemate going on. Not much happening. The 140, 215 being the IS-7 holding at the back. Now making a move together with the IS-4. But holding more than anything else. And not much going on yet. We have Batchat holding, mouse taking a little bit of damage there. And XR is steadily pulling back together. We have the Batchat moving in, potentially going to steal base C, but there seems to be no one there, so he could have a free cap there if he only knew. But they are holding. Not much happening. The IS-4 now moving in. The point advantage could change. Well, actually, it will take a bit of time before that happens. But once they drive into base A, I have a feeling that Batchat will go straight to base C. The mouse now taking a hit, driving off into the town. Kawi in a bit of a tricky position now. The rest of TBT pulling back towards base C. They're basically going to exchange bases now. The mouse moving in, potentially trying to get that E4 and the IS-4 there. E4 changing positions, Kawi now being targeted. Kawi in a tricky position, especially when he goes over like this into the line of fire of more tanks, which is not really something I can suggest people do. Mouse shooting the building there. IS-4 now being targeted. E4, sorry. Kawi in a lot of trouble. IS-7 taking a bit hit there. Kawi somehow managed to escape alive. E4 being targeted still alive, but there he goes. The mouse pushing through, going after I'm Your Mammy now, and showing his rear to other tanks, but somehow surviving. Both teams have lost a tank now. Kawi is very low on HP, but he's still managing to get some shots in. I'm Your Mammy is being, well, not really ignored, but oh my god, that IS-7. He is being absolutely deleted. So is the mouse. The mouse was way too forward. Scow is still alive, but that's not gonna last until the next reload of the of Charlotte there. He manages to survive that troll bounce. Basically, this is a massacre. It is now 6 versus 4, and TBT is steadily losing this. And we see tanks falling down at the back there. Cow is gone. The Batchat is being deleted. We have the IS-7 and the 140 here. Kenta is not going to survive for much longer, especially when he has to reload. The Object 140 is being targeted. He still manages to survive just slightly. Batchat is barely alive, but there he goes. Rory is mine is now the only one left with 52 HP, and he's not going to survive this. And this was, I think, down to that one mouse going too forwards, showing too much of his rear towards the rest of the enemy team, and that basically forced his team to react in a way that didn't work out. And with 1 minute and a half left to go, we get ready to go to the next match on Openstadt. We have TBT now completely ready with an STB, 2268, a mouse, an IS-7, a Batchat, and an IS-4. And XR is still thinking about it. So we just have to wait a little bit longer. before we can call that lineup as well. We see some tanks potentially changing on XR's side, but they keep the same lineup. XR is almost ready now, but they have a minute left to go, so that's quite a bit of time. And we have XR now ready in an Object 140, 2 IS-4s, an IS-7, a 215B, a mouse and an E4. And 40 seconds left to go. It is 2-1 for XR. Can still go every which way, to be honest. And we just have to be a little bit more patient before we go into the battle. 20 seconds left to go. I do like Alpenstadt in randoms. I'm not sure if I like it in tournaments. It is such a... It's quite a small map again. But I think it's exactly because it's a weird map. That's exactly why they have chosen to have this in this stage and in the finals. One thing I will say about that though is that I don't think it's a good goal to have the same maps in the finals as you do in the grand finals. And here we go. We have Tau going towards base A, the Batchat turning around, possibly heading towards base C. I think they more or less want to go which way people are going so that they know which base to cap. The Batchat is probably going to hightail it out of here when he sees the IS-7 and the IS-4s again. He is not going as forward as he was before. He is basically holding and waiting for those spots. Rory at the back there, ready to get some shots in. People being spotted. But Rory has also been spotted, so he has to be careful. Tiny bit of damage there. Not a very useful shot. No bases have been kept now, but the IS-7 is moving in to do just that. Cowie in a similar position as he was before. The mouse turning around a little bit. To nicely shoot the IS-7 as he goes into base C. The Batchat moving in. Wanted to get some damage. Both teams have a base now. TBT has a tiny point advantage. Cow is still keeping the mouse spotted there. Batchat enjoying the little tower. Rosario taking a shot as he tries to drive away. And they are holding most of the... No one is spotted right now. That is going to change now. Nice shot on the move as he pulled back. They kind of have to try and steal a base, but they're not yet ready. Cow dropping down, taking a different position. Taking a shot as he does so from I'm Your Mummy. Not sure what the Object 140 is doing there. But that shot did not pen, so he got lucky. Rosario at the back, mouse just activated his adrenaline. Moving in towards the other mouse. That didn't pen though. Mouse now moving in, XR is moving in, and the IS-7 and Kawe are in a lot of trouble. Kawe bleeding HP here. Especially against the E4, that is not really a lucky lineup. Team bases are getting exchanged. STB just lost a ton of health. Charlotte is very low on HP. Base A is being capped, but Charlotte is not going to survive to tell the tale. There goes Kawe. There goes Charlotte. And both teams lost a tank. HP wise, it 1k difference, but now TBT has 2 bases, so all they need to do is just hold. No War is in a very tricky position there. He's basically asking to get shot to hell from the mounts at the back or the tanks in front of him. So I don't think he's going to be surviving for all that much longer. And Rory now moving in to shoot the mouse. Mouse is now preferred target. Aurora is mine, going in. For other targets now, the STB losing a ton of health. Mouse pulling back, getting a nice shot in there. But he might not survive the next one. Batchet moving in, I'm Your Mammy is now gone. This is definitely TBT's game. As long as they survive. The Batchet has to be careful there though. Because he's gonna die. He just stays there and he's dead. But now we are at nearly 900 points. We have a lone IS-7 here that is getting targeted. There he goes, 965 points. It will take some epic ammo racks, but there we go. 1k damage, TBT, 1k points. TBT has the game. And that is the fourth game gone. It is 2-2 and we are moving on to Mayan Ruins. Mayan Ruins again. Cheeky B cap. Base A on one corner. Base C in the other. More mets generally go towards base C or their positions around there. And base A is generally more for the heavies. So we are just waiting for the last speed to complete. They still have a little over a minute to do that. Which is still plenty of time. We have TBT now ready in a 140, a 268, 2 IS-7s, a mouse and 2 IS-4s. And we see XR that is almost ready up. But not quite. But so far we see 2 IS-7s, an IS-4, a mouse, a 113, a 140 and potentially another IS-7. No, it is a 215B. And with little over 30 seconds to go, everyone is ready. And we are rearing to go. And these matches, now the pressure is going to be on. Because whoever wins this match basically has the advantage. Because then the pressure will be more on the other team. And here we go, 6 seconds. For the 5th match in this best of 7. And let's go up and away and see what they do. We have TBT focusing on both sides. IS-7 going towards the mat base again. That is something that TBT has been doing most matches now. And they will meet some opposition there. They are both going more towards the middle to spot. The 140 is now literally head to head. Bouncy bounce going on. 268 at the back there. Most of XR is here, so... Ooh, that is a rock. I managed to drive into rocks even when I'm not in sniper mode. That is amazing. 140 pulling back as the IS-7s move in. Shots being fired into 140 there. Casual shots from the IS-4s into each other there. Asan now in trouble. Basically, we have some very tricky business going in. And every shot missed here is very expensive. Charlotte losing quite a bit of HP. I'm Your Mammy losing HP. 268 moving in to shoot Hatsui Master. And he is gone. And now Asan is in trouble. The IS-4. Ooh, Kawa just bled some HP there. We have... There goes Masayasu. There goes Kawe. And we've entered the brawl stage. We see the 268 that is nearly dead. The mouse being literally ignored in favor of Kenta. Both teams have lost 2 guns there. Now Charlotte is gone as well. Kenta now in trouble. He has to move very quickly if he doesn't want to get shot in the bum. No idea why he's trying to cap base C because it's only cost him in HP now. It's basically a massacre here. IS4 targeting the 113. I'm your mammy, almost dead. 268 slowly turning. Tanks are dropping left and right. It is 4 versus 3, but one of them has very, very little HP. 268 has finished turning. And he is shooting the 215B. And now it is 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2. And Kenta is still alive. I have no idea how he's done it. But that's not gonna last forever. There we go. It is 2 versus 2. One of them is a full HP mouse. And the 268 will definitely be the one targeted now. 268 pulling back wisely. And then we will have a mouse versus mouse to see who pens the most. Both mice have reloaded now. And it is all about the 268 is at the back. Flash has not been spotted. 268 potentially over-angled. IS4 might be able to get a shot in there. And they have to be very careful with this. That is an expensive miss. Points-wise, it's the same. HP-wise, there's little difference. Bounce on the mouse. 268 now reloaded. You have to make it count. That is not how you do that. Mouse HP is pretty even. One of those shots spent though. And the 268 has to play this oh so carefully. Mouse now pulling back. Which I think is a good call. Because it is making the 268 overextend. Both tanks have reloaded now. And this could go either way. Raw Warrior or mine at the back. Again, very expensive shot not to pen. Lots of bounce. I actually quite like the standoff. It's like a Mexican standoff. It is very tricky. 268 trying to decide to go the other way, but deciding not to. But if he dies, it is basically game over. There goes the mouse. 268 now on his own versus 2. He won't survive another reload. He is moving away. And I'm not sure if he's going to get away with this. Especially versus 2 tanks. And there we go. He does get another shot in. But the point is for XR. And that was a very fun standoff, to be honest. And patience paid off for XR. And now the pressure is definitely on TBT because they have to win the next 2 games to get to go through to grand finals. And XR only has to win one of those 2 games. Both teams are talking about what they should do probably. We see a lot of... Okay, they took out 1. I'm grateful for that because 3 mice might be a bit too much. I remember a certain match where we had like 5 mice or something and it didn't work out for the team that did that. But we have TBT now ready with 1 minute left to go with an Batchat, 2 IS4s, 2 mice and 2 IS7s. And XR is almost ready with a 140, an IS4, an AMX 50B, an IS7, a 215B, an E4, and potentially a mouse. And we have to wait for that mouse to ready up. They have 29 seconds to do so. We see some tanks still being changed. And they are changing the lineup pretty late in the game. And we now see a definite lineup for XR with a 140, 2 IS4s, a 215B, an IS7, an AMX 50B, and an E4. We enter the countdown clock. We are ready. There is no map on the screen. I am ready up, so we get to go into the game. And like I said, the pressure is on TBT, and they have to win both these games. And here we go. We have Tau heading towards base C, whereas XR is not even gonna bother. They are pushing straight more for the middle. We have TBT for the rest focusing more towards the middle, with the mouse potentially heading towards base B. But we might see a rush straight through the middle here with the way that the teams are lining up. We have the 140, which is not really the tank I would do that with, going for a cheeky B cap. And he might be able to pull it off if he is careful. And Kenta immediately loses some HP trying to decap that base. And the 140 pulls it off. He does lose some HP trying to get out of there. The mouse now also being spotted. We have the Batchat capping base C. But Kenta lost quite a bit of HP trying to decap that object 140. Bit of a stalemate going on. Mouse steadily heading towards base A. Probably hoping that there's no one there, but they don't know yet because some tanks have not been spotted yet. And now he is going into the base, and he's going to meet the 215B there. He is angling. 215B has been spotted. Shots going in. But the mouse is going to be able to pull it off and cap that base. The 140 just lost a ton of HP. The mouse now losing some HP. XR moving in to potentially pincer that mouse. That would be the end of the mouse. And that means that TBT will have to respond quite quickly if they want to remedy that. The mouse now being pincered. He is not going to live for long now. Look at his HP just bleeding away. AMX moving in, getting one more shot, and he is pretty much deleted. Base A is now being stolen, and they lost the tank for it. Batchat getting some shots in, but not enough to take the tank, and TBT is now at a gun disadvantage. We have the I'm Your Mammy now being focused by 3 tanks. The Object 140 almost dead. The IS-4 now. I have no idea why Kenta is taking this chance, but there goes I'm Your Mammy. Now we have the IS-4 versus 4 tanks. And the mouse is blocking his own teammates from firing into the IS-4 there. Both teams have lost 2 tanks. HP wise, the HP difference is pretty even. It's about 1k in it, but it is quickly vanishing with the way that the IS-4s are facing off in base B now. Ooh, E4 just lost a ton of HP. But if he gets to shoot Kawe, it is basically game over. IS-7 stands there patiently, gets shots in the face. Both teams lost a tank. It is 3 versus 4. IS-7 is almost dead. The 215B is not going to live longer, but there goes the IS-7. It is 2 versus 3. And the base and point advantage are definitely in XR's favor. And now we got a potential epic Kolobanov situation, but that is very unlikely. Batchat letting himself fall off. He is not going to be able to pull this off, and at 950 points, he won't be able to pull it off in time, that's for sure. AMX just going in, even though he's not really reloaded yet, but he's not going to die from this. There goes the Batchat, and XR is through to the grand finals. So that means that in about 35 minutes we get to go see the grand finals of TNNM versus XR. And for those, I will actually do the map thing later. I will first show you some replays to pass the time. So let me find you some of them. I had some nice ones stored for you. I have actually a game where Whatbot says that the battle type is unknown. So that's going to be fun. Not sure what I should think of with unknown, but unknown is apparently encounter. So let's see what happens in this one. Lots of text spam going on. But we are moving more towards where you would go in a supremacy battle, and he is taking a camping position. Why would you do that? Nice little cheese shot there. And now we are moving more forwards. Ooh, their PTA just got obliterated by a Death Star. Oh, why didn't you HE that? That would have been epic. It's an AMX, it has no armor. He's in a pretty nice position now though. Relatively hard to hit. Load the HE for the AMX. Come on. AMX is not peeking up though. Now the AMX is moving and... Ooh, that was an expensive miss. Jäger not being very happy. Nice. They are in a bit of a disadvantage though. That was, you just had to be a little bit more patient. And then you would have had that. Nice. That is one big gun out of the way. Making it 3-3. Object 704 almost dead. That Leo in the middle though. He has to take out that Leo one. Jäger being very, very rude. There we go. 4.3k damage, 3 kills so far. Again, no HE. And now he's on his own. Nice little bounce there. And that is the end of the waffle. Now he just has to be careful not to get the Leo behind him. Oh god, speed. I don't understand why you would use a speed boost on these kind of tanks. There's a corpse there. You can't drive through them. Trust me, I know. Not really sure what he's doing. Leo is not even sure what he's doing, I think. And that is the end. 5 kills, 5.6k damage. Potential for a lot more quicker damage with HE, but that was not what happened. I'm seeing people talk about free tanks and all of that. I've not heard anything about that for the Ashes server. So, just to burst your bubble, I'm not sure there's going to be any. I've not been told anything about it. So let's see, we still have, yeah, about half an hour left to go. So that is 25 more minutes of replays. Because you don't want to see me play on PC. Because you thought the camera driving into a rock was weird. It's going to be a lot more weird if I go and play on PC. In the meantime, just don't be asses. This is a deck I've not played much myself. I do have it somewhere, I believe, but I'm not really a fan of the British tanks. Seriously, guys, if you can't play nice, I'm just gonna put you in a timeout. It's that easy. And we are heading more for a central position. Nice cheeky shot there. And you can follow them. Nice shot there. He's getting some even though he's not really moving much, he's getting some cheeky shots in. Quite nice. Isu at the back. Ooh, that shot though. I might need to start playing this tank more. I might like it. If this is how you can play it. He is not really getting shot at though. Nice little blind shot. And now he's just being too looky around. But he's angling himself to stave off the waffle, and I think he might be going off the waffle now. Honestly, if you can't discuss things nicely, just don't discuss it at all. Ooh, that missed though. And he is now repositioning himself. There we go. That pens. His team is at a bit of a disadvantage though, so he has to be careful. I like how the guy is just peeking out like that. E75 at the back. Not aimed enough. 6 versus 3 now. Not aimed enough again. Honestly, take some time for your shot. You can do this, but you have to aim. Aiming helps. That works too. Ooh, waffle. Ooh, that missed though. That bounced though. First shot, nice little bounce there. Sue missing, that is quite vital. Big shot into the waffle again. Aim! Oof. I understand what you're trying to do, but you have to aim before you shoot. It is 2 versus 4. He's going after the waffle. With AP now, which is a good call, because if you already know that you can shoot him, there's no reason to risk it. Like with this, that could go very, very wrong. Technically, it should be a color battle because the other kill was moments before. There we go. 5.7k damage, 4 kills so far. Potential for 5 kills. But he has to be careful with all the corpses. And as the VK is moving in, he is wisely pulling back a little bit. There we go, cheeky. 5 kills, nearly 6k damage. $6k in total with the... Oh, the blind shot, of course, yeah. Very nicely done. Again, Ray premium tank. I've not been told anything. That as far as I saw in the announcement, the giveaway tanks are only for EU and RU. For watching those. So unfortunately, I can't give you tanks. I would love to, but I can't. So with 20 minutes left to go, I'm going to find you another replay to show. Let's see what I have for you. This could be fun. This is actually one of the most evil tanks in the game. And I call it evil not because it is OP, in my opinion it is not, because it can die quite easily. But it is evil because it only came to the game in crates, and I hate crates. Well, yes, of course they're PC. Well, I think it only shows a PC because I'm on PC, because I know Johnny doesn't actually play PC. But he's going towards the middle. Nice little bounce there. I don't know, something about the British tanks and we don't get along well. It's not really that I'm noob in them or something, it's just not really my playstyle. And now, having seen the enemy team move mainly towards base C, Johnny is going to go for base A. Or at least he wants the team to go to base A. He's repositioning himself to get more shots into this direction. Ooh, that was a big hit though. No, I think... Hang on, I'm just gonna type this. I think you see PC controls, even if it's not a PC replay. Because I'm streaming them on PC. I know for a fact that Johnny plays only touch, so not on PC. I think that just the layout is PC. Nice little tracking shot there. Hopefully his team helps him out a little bit, but they don't before he pulls back again. That M60 is giving quite a bit of trouble. You can do it through the train tracks. Or like that, that works too. He's being quite forwards now, though. Ooh. Oof. Let's see. Nice. Now he has to be careful for that M60 that is moving in. Ooh, that was luck more than anything else, but he manages it. Nope. Denied. Aim carefully. No, aim carefully, I said. Why you no listen, Johnny? Use heat. There we go. Nicely done. Now he just has to be careful of the 1A3 there. Woo! There's a Yege. Ooh, 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 ooh. Lucky Johnny. Very, very lucky Johnny. And there we go. Now they have a point advantage though, so they really need to work on keeping that. The 1A3 moving in. I have 7 here. Nope. 1A3 just... Woo! Nice. So they have the point advantage back. Lol. So let's see. And he's just not taking any chances. He's going to go for base C, which I think is a very good call at this point, especially considering he's only 54 HP left. And the chances are that the DS will kill someone. Particularly the E100. At the same time, with the field tune and the RU there, I'm not so certain. But they should have this. There we go. And they won. Lovely little combined carry. With the E100 doing quite nicely as well. And we still have, let's see how much time left to go before we have a room. In about 8 minutes, so I can show you one more replay. Ooh, let's do this. We have been seeing this tank in the whole in the tournaments quite a bit. Thibaut is a fellow CC, he is a fellow streamer and YouTuber. He does it in French though. And he's a very good player. Even if he does use a very ugly camouflage on this tank. So let's see. He's going more towards base B. Not necessarily to cap it by the looks of it, but more to hold it. Or maybe go and cap it anyway. Exactly what Bush just said in the chat. If you open a replay on PC, it will appear with PC controls even if it isn't. Low DHE. There we go, that's how you do it. The FV is still alive somehow. Tiba now in a position to decide where he wants to go, but he has to be careful. Because he will cut people behind him otherwise. That tracking shot though. That bounced though. Now he has to be careful because now he has been tracked again. Ooh, he's lucky to bounce that. Yes. Ram him, keep him in front of you. Bounce his shots. Do the damage. Even if he has a friend that is coming to help him. There we go, nice little ram kill. Use the corpse, shoot the AMX. He has some friends that are coming up behind him to help. And he's just pushing against the building to get into his side scraping position, because that is what this tank excels at best. Nice little tracking shot there. It is 6 versus 3. This is definitely... he's not going to lose this. There we go. E100 hugging. And there goes the AMX. And only one poor IS-7 is left. There we go, 4.9k damage, 2 kills so far. Team rushing in. Ramming, nope, no kill, denied. 2 kills, 5k damage. Very cheeky gameplay, I love it. Nice little game there. Lovely. So now we wait for the room invite, which should be up in about 5 minutes. I'm not going to risk showing you another replay, but I am going to take you over the maps that we will be seeing. So we have TNM versus XR. And for that we are going to start on the map we have already seen today, Alpenstadt. That is actually the map that we were on just now. Coincidence? Maybe not. But yeah, we have Openstadt as first map. You have base A, which is basically the map base. Base C, which is basically the heavy base. And base B, that is the cheeky base. Like on so many other maps as well. I am going to take a bit of a drink in the meantime. Because with so much talking, my throat is becoming quite dry. But yeah, we saw earlier with the bat chat that went to spot base C, saw the heavies turn to and went away. That is basically what happens on this map, because you get either strong opposition at base C or you get a strong opposition at base A. And if you're on your own, you don't want to meet that on your own. So that is the first map that we're gonna get. After that, we are moving on to pretty much my favorite map in the game, Faust. Faust is one of the maps that I like the most because it's such a cheeky map. And I know you've been using the word cheeky a lot, but it is such a cheeky map. And I just love the way that you have the tunnels and the bridges and all of that, and you can drop down into the bases. I had a game earlier today where people just dropped from the upper level from base D trying to decap it, and it was absolutely lovely. I might actually use that replay because it was such a funny game. Not now, by the way, but later on in a video or something. But yeah, for this you have base A, which is basically the met base. You have base C and D closest to their respective spawns. And again, B is the cheeky base, because you can hide behind the train, but there's also a lot of lines of fire possible into it. And depending on where your enemy position is, you might get absolutely deleted while trying to cap it. So that is the second map. After that, we move on to Naval Frontier. Naval Frontier, you have base B, which is generally considered heavy base. Base A, the mat base. Well, actually, it could be the other way around. I don't know. But generally, I always go base A in mats, and I am more likely to go base C in a heavy. And you have base B in the middle. Lots of lines of fire possible from a lot of different directions. And we see for the tournament battles that most of the fights take place around base C. And that makes it quite funny, because I've always said that in tournaments like this, you have a full team that is on voice communicating together, and they can do a lot together because they are communicating and they have team tactics and all of that. So we see a lot of action around C. Whereas in encounter battles, I would very like my enemy team to go base C, because then you get base A and B together. But that's not how it works in tournaments, and that's one of the reasons that I absolutely love watching the tournaments and just commentating on them, because it's so much fun. But yeah, that is the third map that we're gonna get, and we'll see what they do. We've seen some quite cheeky Leo pushes in the upper right corner of the map, but I wonder if they're gonna do that now as well with so much riding on it. And we have, after Naval Frontier, we move on to the smallest map of the game, really, Dynasty Sprawl. Dynasty Sprawl, like I said when we were talking about the lineup for the TBT versus XR, is, like I said, very small. I'm not really a big fan of it. And meh. You have base A in the middle of a square, base B in between two buildings, and base C in the middle in the other park. But there are lots of lines of fire possible in all ways. And I just clicked something. But yeah, this is like a very small map, and I'm not that big a fan of it. And if we get a tiebreaker after Dynasty Sprawl, we go to the fifth and final map, which is Normandy. Normandy is a map that we've not seen much before this tournament, and it's great fun. I quite like it. I like seeing tournaments on it because you can see that all the tactics aren't completely set in it yet, and that makes it for a very fun map to commentate on for me, if not necessarily for the teams to play on. So you have base C and D close to their respective spawns, base B in the middle there, which can be capped, but it is very hard to do so because it is on a bit of an elevated level, and that makes it hard because you have to expose yourself quite a bit. There is the room invite. Let me just ready up straight away. And you have base A, which is closer to the beach, and it's in a bit of a dip, and there's lines of fire possible from camping positions on both sides. I like with this map that it is more or less just mirrored up and down. I mean, and like I said, I quite like it. With encounter battles, I tend to just push to the base closest to my spawn, which would be C or D, and then just see if I can push the other one. Because either you can get some cheeky shots in, or you can cap that base as well and take the whatever advantage your enemy has. So that is basically it for the maps that we will be seeing. You see one XR guy. We have a near full TNM team already present as well. I'm going to take away the map so that it won't be on your screen during the games, because we want to avoid that at all costs. And we are 3 minutes and 45 seconds from seeing the first match of the grand finals of the professionals tournament of the spring season tournament series of the Asia server. That is a very long title, so I'm just gonna go with it's the grand finals. So we have TNM now completely present, if not readied up. XR still missing quite a few people, but I'm sure they will be here. And we just have to be patient a little bit longer to see where we will go with this. So let's see what will happen. Three minutes left. XR is now also all there, if not readied up. TMM is almost rearing to go and ready to go. And I can't wait. We haven't seen TMM play all that much yet. And that makes them a fun clan to see now. Because I'm not also familiar with their playing style. And that can work. Well, actually it works in my disadvantage. Because once you get to know people's playstyle a little bit, you get to predict a little bit more what they will do, where they will go, and how effective it might be. It makes it easier to read the game, basically. So, for Alpenstadt, TMM is now ready with 2 mice, an AMX 50B, an IS-4, a 140, a 113, and a Batchat. So that is quite some mobility, but with some very strong armor as well. And we see XR getting ready. I've actually no idea how much the Asia teams train. I know that with the top clans of the EU server at this stage, they train almost every night. Just to keep everything into the systems. So XR is now ready with about a minute and a half left to go with a 140, 2 IS-4s, a 113, 2 mice and E4. So that is basically the battle of the mice. It's going to be fun to see what they do and if they're going to meet and how they're going to do that. And 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. I want to see what happens. The grand finals. I'm going to stream 3 of these today. We start off with Asia. Then tonight I'm streaming the EU. And on in the middle of the night I'm streaming NA as well. EU will also be streamed in German by Rip and in English also by Brian. Rolling Swarm. Definitely subscribe to him. Let's get into those 2k subs. And to make a shameless plug for myself, I'm now past the 3900. So if I could get to like 4k, that would be pretty epic as well. And I'm definitely gonna see if I can do something fun for you guys potentially then. But yeah, 35 seconds left to go. Everyone is ready. We are just waiting for the countdown clock to hit 0 so that we go into the game and we get to see what they all do. And I'm kind of curious with those mice where they will send them. I don't think they will go towards base A. I think they will definitely stay city side. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some mouse on mouse action happening around base B. And here we go, the countdown clock. I'm just quickly making sure that I have no map on the screen. That we are ready to go. 3 seconds. And here we go. And let's go up and away for this finals with a very pretty pink mouse. I like that. And we see the mice indeed heading towards the city. on both sides by the looks of it. Batchat going for a cheeky middle, 140 going to cap base A, I think. No, he's more going towards the back. XR is focusing on the C side, Batchat in the middle, wanting to spot those mice. And he's probably going to do that soon. Blind shot happening by one of the mice there. Even though the Batchat has not been spotted. Mice holding on both sides. Big order now pulling back a little bit, Chariot turning around. Base A being capped. Mice taking holding positions. Shots happening, but base A has been capped and TNM has a point advantage and a base advantage. Because XR has no base yet. I like the position that the mice are in. They are in position where they can pull back and support each other. Shots happening, but no damage being done yet. The 140 now moving into cap base C. There we go. But there's already a 900 thereabouts, a 100 thereabouts advantage to TNM. Some shots happening, but not much. Object 140 now free to roam, going back towards his teammates. And we have a bit of a stalemate going on. There are some shots going, but no HP damage has been done yet. And I think everyone is waiting for the other team to do something. But the pressure will be on XR, because they don't have the point advantage. We have now Chariot moving in to the base. Cheeky capping it. We see immediately some shots. And there goes the first HP damage. E4 now moving in. If he is forwards enough, that's going to be very painful for the E4. More shots happening, no damage done. We have Picorda now moving in. And he's going to meet Kitty Hit? I don't know. IS4 moving in at the back, facing off against the 113 and the Batchat. Mouse moving in. Basically, we have a mouse on mouse and mouse versus E4. Charlotte is almost gone. He is being targeted. She is being targeted, probably. But we see a lot of actions at the back as well. I want to show you everything. I have no option but to go at the back and see how that goes. The Batchat being punished here by the mouse. The AMX now also being punished, but he has almost reloaded and they can take out that mouse if they are careful, because now they are switching targets and that is not good. We have the E4 that is losing a ton of HP. The Batchat almost gone, and if he's got... the Batchat is still alive. There goes the E4. There we go, object 140 moving in, base B has been capped, base A is being capped. There goes the mouse. And XR has lost 2 tanks, we are at 800 something points. Mouse moving in, Charlotte being a primary target, the 140 going after him. Mouse going straight in, having a nice little ram there. The 113 getting shot. He is the primary target now, there he goes. It is now 5 versus 3. Mouse versus mouse at the back. 4 versus 3. Object 140 moving in to face off against the other object, which is ignoring him. There goes the mouse. But we are at 900 points. 2 bases for TNM. And with 1 reload, we will see Yuyutsa dying. And now it is. And there we go. 1k points. 4. With another kill. And the first match is for TNM. I do not accept any friend requests on this server. I don't play on this server. So don't take it personal. I just don't. And the first match is for TNM. And we have TNM now almost completely ready with... Well, actually, I'm gonna wait until they decide on that final tank as well. We have 1.5 minutes left to go. Again, this is best of 9, so the pressure comes on when some team reaches 4 victories now. And TNM is ready with an Object 140, an AMX 50B, 2 mice, a Batchat, a 113 and a Gorille. And let's see, XR is still trying to decide their lineup and what they're gonna do. Just making sure I have nothing on the map. And XR is now ready up with 2 140s, an IS-4, 2 IS-7s potentially, a 113 and a 215B. And I wonder if the IS-7 is gonna change into a different tank now. We don't know yet. He has 30 seconds left to do. No, he is ready up. He is sticking with the IS-7. So we are ready to go for the second match on Alpenstadt in the second game of the Grand Finals for the, say this 10 times fast, the Professionals Tournament of the spring season. Actually, that's not that long. I had a longer list before. But yeah, this works too. Ooh, they lost a player. What the hell? XR. Oof, that was way too close. Don't do that. You don't want to give your team a heart attack like that. I wonder what happened. But here we go. And let's go up, up and away. And we have the mouse now heading, the mice actually heading towards base C rather than base B. And we see XR focusing primarily, just pretty much all of it on base A. Which the Batchat might soon find out. We see a blind shot going in there. Batchat in a bit of a tricky position there. People are being spotted. He is waiting for a spot in the middle. And XR is just going straight on into base A. No one's going for base B or C yet. The Batchat does not know how much trouble he can be in. The 140 taking damage and base A is for XR. This is quite aggressive gameplay from XR. Shots happening. Not that much damage being done yet. The Batchat now moving to grab base C. Base C now being kept. I'm your mammy being absolutely hammered there. 140 moving in, AMX moving in. Both teams have a base now. And it will be mostly about base B. Some damage being done, but not much. The mice moving together. And I wonder if they're both gonna push in, despite the potential risk at the back. Nope, they are pulling back. Not a lot of damage being done. XR moving around towards their spawn again. Batchat keeping a close eye on things. And now we see base B being kept. And I think that's a good call because you kind of have to. Because they need to get the point advantage back. And at the back we see Charlotte heading towards base C. The Batchat repositioning himself a little bit more to the back. And now the point advantage will go into TNM's side as long as base C is not capped, which it is now. And XR is just getting ready to defend base A, because if they have that, and they have base C, and the Batchat does nothing about it, and we see that TNM is now responding, they are moving towards base C, the Batchat is moving in, the AMXs are moving, the AMX is moving in together with the 140, but they have been spotted, so that means that our lone 113 there can get absolutely hammered. Base C is being stolen back. And here we go. I'm waiting for that push. The 113 is now getting pushed. The 113 is steadily being deleted. He is basically just sacrificed right now. He is still getting some damage in, but he won't survive for long. The mice is losing HP. Yutsa has lost quite a bit of HP. One of the mouse is losing way too much XP in the middle there. He is being focused. AMX wants to get the shots in, but it might cost him very dearly to do that. That is not a risk that I would be willing to take, losing that much HP. Getting stuck against the building. Oh my god. But the 215B is now in trouble, and there he goes. And now it is 6 versus 5. HP advantages for TNM, the base advantages for TNM. The point advantages for TMM, just the mouse has to be careful pulling back. That he doesn't get slaughtered, because you want to keep the guns. The mouse just died. But the IS-4 is almost dead as well. And there he goes. And it is 5 versus 4. Mouse holding on his own. AMX reloading. Yuzitya at the back can't really do much. We have the Batchat moving in. We have the 140 moving in. Mouse being left to his own devices. He is not the primary target, though as the IS-7. And there we go. We are already at 1k points. And the game is for TNM. There was like a slow building game that just ended quite quickly. I love the way that the teams literally sort of like revolving around each other there. It worked. So now it is 2-0 for TNM, and we are getting ready to move to Faust. Like I said, Faust is one of my favorite maps because of all the places that you can get tricky shots into the other side of the map, basically, and the other way around is such a fun map. We have XR almost completely ready with a lineup of an E50M, 3 113s, an IS-4, an AMX-50B, and an E4. And one of the 113s has just changed. No, actually not. 3 113s, and we have a 268. So that's going to be fun to see what they do with this. It's quite an aggressive lineup, at the same time not a lot of meds. And we have on TNM side, we have a 140, 2 AMX-50Bs, a mouse, 2 113s, and a Batchat. And I quite like this because I see people react in the chat to things that happened last game. But we have 24 seconds left to go before we go into the third match of the grand finals of the professionals tournament of the spring season tournament series. And that is still a mouthful, but I quite like saying it. 11 seconds, we are good to go. I am ready up. There is no map on the screen. We are rearing to see the third match of the grand finals on Faust. And here we go. And we are already going up and away. And we see TNM pretty much ignoring the bases close to them, although I think the 140 might be going into that. And the Batchat might try and get base B, but there's an E50M behind there, so I think it's cool that he doesn't. 113s have been... Ooh, Picori just lost a ton of HP. And we see the 113s now pushing in because they have the HP advantage, and basically they just have to make sure that they shoot the right target. The focus fire is all about what it's all about now. But they have a little bit of health. Picori is almost gone. He managed to survive a little bit longer. Picori now in trouble with the AMX heading up behind, and that is going to be the end of Picori. But the Rosario is almost dead as well. AMX is going to pay for that probably. E4 is now moving and getting shot in the rear. And we basically already entered the brawl stage. AMX 50B losing a lot of HP. Isa also. And this will be tricky. I'm going to take you back a little bit because we also want to see what happens here. 140 almost dead. Driving into things does not help. And now TNM has lost 2 tanks, 3 tanks. Tanks are dropping left and right. We have everyone moving in for the big brawl series here. Both teams have lost 3 tanks now. HP wise, the favor is still for TNM. And Yuzitya just got deleted. AMX being protected by the mouse, which I think is a good call. He still gets a shot in though. And there goes one of the AMXs. And now it is 2 versus 3. But the Batchet is reloading and one of them is a mouse. It is that e4 that they need to be careful of. And there goes I'm Your Mammy. By shot by the mouse. e4 just fired. AMX should be the next target. Batchet now moving in to get behind the e4. If he does manage that. Well, basically, no. This is already... Still a nice shot, though. But T&M playing quite superbly. Getting that last kill. And the game is for T&M. That was a very quick game. That was a very quick game. Let's see how quick. 2.5 minutes. And I think that push on the 113s actually cost XR quite a bit. Both in points and in just HP. Because T&M pulled back quite quickly. And we have 1.5 minutes left to go. 3-0 for T&M so far. We got the second match on Faust then. And like I said, I love Faust. And this is one of the reasons why, even though we entered the brawl stage very quickly there. I'm not even sure it was meant to be a brawl. It's more like they wanted to get those two 113s out of the way. And T&M was like, nope, not gonna happen. And we now have an almost complete lineup on both sides, and T&M is ready up just a little bit more quickly with a mouse, 2 AMX 50Bs, 3 113s and a Batchet. And XR is ready with 2 IS7s, 2 AMX 50Bs, potentially different tanks because now they're all unreadying and changing things. They have 35 seconds left to do so, and XR has now 2 AMX 50Bs, a 140, 3 113s, or maybe not, and a Foch. Why do I even bother when they keep doing this? Okay, let's try this again. With 20 seconds left to go, we have on XR side 2 AMX 50Bs, 2 113s, a 140, an IS4, and a Foch. And on T&N side, we see an IS4, 2 AMX 50Bs, a mouse, 2 113s, and a Batchet. And we are ready to go for the fourth match of the grand finals of the spring season tournament, professionals tournament. And after this match, the pressure could definitely be on for XR. And here we go, up, up and away. Batchet moving in towards base C. The 113 is going more to the back. AMX is closer to the middle. And XR is focusing primarily on base A, and that might just cost them. Because if they find out that that IS4 is there on his own. There we go. Base C has been capped. Base A is going to be capped quite soon. Foch moving into the middle. Base B now also being capped. The 113 spotting the IS4. First shots being taken, no damage being done yet. And there we go. And we see T&M so more or less turning around, getting ready to be pushed at the back. 113 is holding in the middle. Pickwater losing a little bit of HP there. No one has been spotted at the moment except for the mouse there. And the IS4 is ready to defend base D. Foch has been spotted. And is paying for it immediately. With a lot of HP. And we have the 113, the AMX and the 140 going at the back. Back towards their spawn by the looks of it. Chariot now stealing base D. A very cheeky move. I wonder if he's going to get away with it. Looks like it because the IS4 is just not interested in decapping. Question is, will he be able to get away fast enough once those tanks arrive here? He's not hanging around though. Shots being fired. Base B now being stolen by one of the 113s. Chariot potentially moving in to see if he can decap that. And now both teams have 2 bases again. We have the 113 now getting rushed. Rosario in a very precarious position, especially with the AMXs arriving. That are gonna make short work of Rosario here. There he goes. That is the end of Rosario. But now XR has 3 bases. A very low... Ooh, there goes Chariot. Both teams have lost a tank now. Well, one of them has lost 2. We have the Batchet and 113 going after I'm Your Mammy. 140 arriving behind there. And I'm Your Mammy is the preferred target for one team. The Batchet for the other. Batchet is almost gone. It's quite hard to find a good angle here. And there goes the Batchet. The mouse moving in. There goes I'm Your Mammy. AMX now not even being focused. Charlotte is now in trouble. With 2 shots left. Dora's going in. There goes Charlotte. And there goes Isa. And now it is 5 versus 3. We have an AMX. That is almost reloaded. And that's going to be the end of Pecore. But with 3 shots left, why don't you shoot the Foch instead? Show him in a very achievable side, but he does do it. And now... Ooh, that was a massive hit into the AMX 50B. We were literally waiting for that. But AMX Yuzutya just got deleted, and now it's only the poor Foch. That was the first to lose so many HP, but he's the last one to survive from XR. And AMX probably won't reload in time, but he might. Nope, denied. And this is the 4th match to go to TN and M, and that means that the pressure is definitely on XR, because if they want to win these grand finals of the Professionals Tournament of the Spring Season Tournament Series, then they have to win every single match from now on. And whereas TN and M just has to win 1 more, and then they will be the Spring Season champions for the Asia server. And here we go. Naval Frontier is the next map in 1 minute and 17 seconds. We have TN and M that is missing a player at the moment, but I'm sure they will be there. There we go. And TN and M is almost ready. XR is still changing things. Different map, different lineups. And TN and M is now ready in an IS-4, an AMX 50B, a mouse, an E3, 2 113s, and a Leo 1. And we have XR almost ready. We see a potential change going on in TN&M's team, but they still have 40 seconds left to go. XR seems to be ready with an E50M, a 140, an IS-4, an IS-7, a mouse, a 113, and an E4. Tanks potentially changing, we don't know. And TN&M is still changing things as well. So let's see, with 20 seconds left to go, I'm hoping they are ready, because we have TN&M 140, AMX 50B, a mouse, E3, IS-4, 113, and a Leo 1. And XR with a 215B, a 114, IS-4, IS-7, a mouse, a 113, and an E4. We are already entering the countdown clock. We are ready to go. Pressure is definitely on XR. They have to win every single match from here on. And here we go. Let's go up, up and away. And we have TN&M focusing where the Leo is going to go into the tricky business, being pushed by the AMX and the mouse there into the tricky, cheeky corner where he can get quite some shots in if he manages to get there, and he does. But it does mean that the mouse and the AMX are pretty late to arrive anywhere. Base B is being capped. 140 can't do much about that. Base C is going to be overlooked. Nice cheeky decap shot there. 140 now in a very tricky position though. He can't really get out of there easily. But he is focusing on the IS-7 there. He just has to be careful. But so does the IS-7. And the object 140 can't move from there, even though the IS-7 can pull back. Nice little bit of HE damage there. But that gives the 140 time to pull back. Base A is being capped. 140 is shooting the rock. And this means that TNM has a slight point advantage. The E3 has been spotted. Base B now being capped again. They kinda can't allow that to happen. But he's now on the other side of the wall, which is a very good move from the IS-7. Base B now being capped, so XR has the point advantage and the base advantage. Well, not yet the point advantage, but they will very soon. Pecore in a difficult position right now. But now the 140 is arriving, the mouse is arriving. Cheeky shots all around. Chariot now in a little bit of trouble, but I'm Your Mammy is close to being deleted. And there we go. First tank out of the game. The mouse now stealing base B, even though he's a very big target. If he gets away with it, that means that the point advantage is going back to XR. Back to TNM, sorry. Chariot being focused on by the 140 and the 113 behind. There he goes. Both teams have lost a tank now. And TNM stole base B back. Capcom has to be careful there. Kitty losing a lot of HP there. E3 is in trouble. Capcom is in trouble. Base B is being stolen again. E4 taking a massive hit there. Kitty as well. But Capcom is mostly in trouble. IS4 as well. HP is being bled all around. There goes the E4. There goes the 113. Base B is being contested. It is 5 versus 4. Can go every which way. Leo has moved down from his spot. Big hit into the 140 there. And that means that Leo should be able to do this. AMAX 50B has just been taken out. We have mice going on in the middle here. Leo versus 140 should be for the Leo. There we go, but he does lose quite a bit of HP. Base B has been recapped again. Mouse very low HP. Bounce there. But he doesn't survive this. And now it is 4 versus 2. The 215B. Oop, there's a stupid tower. 215B is now gone. And now we only have Flash in the IS-4. And I think it's safe to say that TNM are the champions of the professionals tournament of the spring season, regardless of what happens here, because he might still kill the Leo. Not sure if he's going to be able to. Nice sliding, but it does cost him his life. There he goes. He does get that kill, he does survive, but the game is for TNM, and so is the championship. Very nicely done. Finals won by 5-0. Wow. You don't see that very often. Very nicely played by all teams tonight, but that was some finals. Very nicely done. Also, just to explain, I'm not going to do that in between the games, but the reason that I do the bird's eye view and not the tank view is because I want to show you as much of the battle as I can. And I feel that that is worth more than a singular perspective. So that is why I do that. But thank you for these games. These were absolutely awesome. So we have TNM as champions. We have XR as second place. We have TBT as third place and Low as fourth place. And that is it for tonight. That is it for the Asian server for this tournament so far. I will be back tonight in around 5 hours and 20 minutes to stream the EU server grand finals as well. And after that, in the middle of the night for the NA server as well. So that's going to be absolutely epic. And I can't wait. Like I said, these were epic games. Thank you so much for letting me stream this. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'll be seeing you hopefully tonight. Good day and congratulations to TNM for taking this home.